Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of OneMicNite Talk, the podcast that inspires you on your daily journey and hopefully in your life. I'm filmmaker and actor Marcos Luis, and I'm here with my co-host, musician and public health advocate Antony Beasley. What's up, Stephen? How you doing?
Good. I'm all right.
How was the week for you?
I don't really remember it that much.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think I did all my lists and I felt all my feelings and I pursued all my healings. And now it's Sunday and there's another week coming. So I'll do my best with that too.
That's big. You make a list for the week and you sort of try to make sure you hit all your goals and
yeah, I mean there's a work list, and then I got a little lazy about a summer list. I got to jump back on that. I got a little lazy in summer about my list.
Oh, I was gonna say, because summer's you're good. It's expired. Your list is expired because summer's over. You haven't done it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, in the summer months, I get a little lazy with my list.
Got you. Well, I had a cool week. I mean, it was work related, and I hit some goals too. So I feel like I'm in the zone today, and I'm ready to take on this new week. But listen, let's talk. Today we're talking about friendship. What is friendship to you? That's big. That's a big question.
It is. It's huge. I think I really believe in the quote, and I do not know where it exactly came from, that the quality of your relationships is inextricably linked to the quality of your life. And I really feel like maintaining relationships with of course with family first, and if you're coupled then with that person, but with friends, it's just really important. It's very grounding, it's very centering. Sometimes it can be draining, but it's also worth it.
Let me back up just a minute. So I think friendship is the trust that you have, the sort of esteem that you have with someone, the interchange of trust and esteem and confidence that you have between two individuals. I think there are also maybe two or three different types of friends you can have. You can have an acquaintance, you can have a friend, and you have maybe one person you might even consider a best friend, which to me is like the pinnacle of all friends.
Yeah, I think because I've known you a while, and I think you probably can guess that I've sort of run my friendships a lot different than that. I do believe in the framework you just gave, but there have definitely been times in my life where I've had more than one best friend. And there's been times in my life where friendship just like took on all these different definitions and had all these different shapes. Like for me, friends that I've come in contact with from professional or artistic settings, like that's one set of friendships, and those friendships are a certain way. And then friendships from like faith-based communities that I'm part of, that's another kind of friendship. Friendships that have happened from like proximity, like friends I may have made in college, or friends that have been like neighbors, or people who are locals in the same bar that I went to a lot. Like that's a certain type of friendship too. Childhood friends are another kind of friend, and those friendships have a certain arc to them. It's I can't even define it because I have so many different types of friends, and I made a really big deal of all of those different types of friendships. And then, you know, and then
I
you
don't
go
mean,
through
I
the
don't mean to cut
changes
you off,
of
but
like,
but I think
what,
it goes back to what I was just asking, which is, what do you
mhm,
consider a
what,
friend? Are
what do
these
I
people
consider a friend?
acquaintances? You can have all different kind of friends. I can have friends at work, I
Mhm,
have friends but they're actually
mhm,
acquaintances. Now, what do
mhm.
you consider a friend is the question, you know?
I think
Are they really
I
your
think a
friends?
friendship. I think friendship starts with chemistry, mutual respect, trust, some level of trust, even if it's a small level of trust, and a, no, that falls under chemistry. Like the chemistry bit is the identification, the flow, the ease of the relationship. So that's a more compact, focused definition
Ease
of
of
what
the
I think friendship
relationship.
is.
I like that. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think that's
But
right.
I also have friends. I have deep friendships that are not easy
Right. Yeah.
at all.
Hmm. And so then I guess, you have to,
But
then you question once again, what is a friend? I mean, are they there for you? Like, is it someone who's there for you through thick and thin? Is it someone who's
mhm.
got your back? Is it someone who's, what is the definition, I guess? That's what I'm asking. So where do we put these people in our lives? So let me give you an example. So I have probably 5 people that I would consider my best friends, like literally best friends. 5 people
Yeah.
who I could drop right now, who, if I say, listen, I need something, they would stop what they were doing and they would come to my rescue, come to my aid, help me morally, financially, whatever they could do. Right?
Hmm.
Um, Everyone else, I would say, is probably an acquaintance for me. So I guess I kind of have only 2 categories. I have people that I see, I don't know how much of a friend they are, because they really don't, they add some things to my life, but they're not what I consider a friend. Everybody else is just acquaintances. Hey, yeah, let's go have a drink. Let's go, you know. Um, so yeah, it's difficult.
It makes me sad when you said that you had 5 best friends, because for all of my 30s, I had 5 best friends. And in recent years, some of those folks are not my best friends. And it's really cool because, well, maybe it's more cool for me, less cool for them, but I had to have conversations about those transitions with those people because they have been my 5. I mean, but people have different phases of their life. They need different things. They don't need different things.
Exactly, exactly.
And honestly, like one of them, I really did let go from that category because it, like our friendship at that level did not serve that person.
Yeah.
And
Is
it
it true what they
sucked.
say? Friends are seasonal. You know what I mean?
I
Like
hate when
seasonal for your life.
it's unfortunate. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate when people speak like that because I
Right. I
want
hate it
to
too.
have all my friends for forever, but like I learned that the hard way. I do not, the way that I operate, and not that I had done anything particularly sinister to this person, but the way that I operate is just not conducive for like that person to be in my life at that level. And we had so much history and a mutual like love and respect for one another, but I do not serve that person, and it just does not work.
It doesn't
And
work.
it sucks. And I wanted my 5. And then there's another friend in that 5 that our friendship exists, but it faces some pretty big challenges. And I wouldn't call us estranged, but I mean, I think I have a hashtag for years that was my five with this, and yeah.
How do we? So here's the thing. So, like I said, I have 5 friends, and I've been friends with all throughout my 20s. One that I met my second day of college, who was my best girlfriend. We talk every single day, either text or talk. You know, she's married, she lives in another state, but we nurture the relationship in a way where we continue to be on the same page, even though we don't physically see each other. We don't delve, you know, so deep into each other's personal lives because, you know, she's married, she shares things with her husband, you know. So, but we connect in a way where we're still the best of friends. We still know we each have each other's back. My other best friend we talk to, he's a male. I talk to him maybe once every 2 weeks now. You know, the other people I talk to probably the same much, but I still know that those people are my friends. I still know they have my back.
Yeah.
How do we nurture? If you're a friend, how do you nurture your relationship with someone as a friend? This is what I'm asking.
A big lesson I learned in my 20s was that I needed some work about reciprocity. I think I got really too comfortable in my teens and early 20s with hopefully what I think is a stopping point in my mid 20s of people kind of taking care of me. Like nobody was paying my bills, but there was a lot of people maybe like picking up tabs or like some like emotional labor that people were doing with me, or me not giving the spotlight to the other counterpart in conversation enough. Do
you think friendships are built on that type of thing? Do you think it's you know, somebody?
Yeah, reciprocity is important.
Yeah.
Balance. It should be bi-directional. Both parties should benefit, and it's not always 50-50, but it does take a lot of self-awareness. I think reciprocity, self-awareness, those are things that help with friendship. Boundaries are, you know,
that's huge. Yeah.
There are some people that are not an open book and do not always have an open door, or people that don't want you to climb over the fence and peek in all the time. And it doesn't mean that they're any less of your friend and that they love you any less. They just have different boundaries than you. So to keep it, I have a tendency to ramble, to keep it locked in, reciprocity, self-awareness, boundaries, and just respect. Respect is big. Yeah. How do we
continue to make friends in life? You know what I mean? How do we continue to be in a place where we can, you know, make relationships, make human connections, and continue to care about people? Like longevity. Like you said, you had 5 friends. You know, did it reach a point where some of these people didn't give you the reciprocity that you needed, and that's why it's no longer in your life? Or did you feel like people just grew and went in different directions? Or
it just became hard. It became harder than it should be. And also, I just genuinely think that when you know people really, really well, the two of you can figure out if it's not really working. But as far as making new relationships, I want to nurture all of the friendships that I have so badly, especially in this lingering pandemic that there's still limited interaction, especially with me having small children. Like, I want to nurture all of these like awesome friendships that I've had so much that I don't even know how I would necessarily make a new real friend. I don't even know the way that my life is built now. I don't know how that would happen. It's like I live somewhere where a lot of other people are sort of like keeping it moving, getting their kids to and fro, doing this thing, doing that thing. A lot of folks are middle-aged around me. We're all sort of doing what we're preset to do and have all of our stuff that we've had for however long. And I don't see myself in the community I live in, like making long-term friendships. Like,
interesting.
I don't even know how it would really happen. But you know, I've known people to move different places and raise their children in different cities and at this age and even older and make friends that.
I think that, of course, I think that comes out of necessity. But I also think that some people get to a point in their lives where they really don't want to make new friends. You know, they're happy being by themselves. Or, you know, we reach a certain age, like I said, you're married now. Now you have a partner, so she's probably your best friend. Or, you know, I would hope so. Or maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe it's different.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, people say that. I don't know if I'm that lady's best friend. It's deep. It's true. It's our thing. We are working on it. We are friends. We are doing life together. We're in it. But I think best friends mean something different to the both of us than what we have. And that is not a popular Instagram meme answer. And I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway.
And that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. And I champion her friendships because I think that it is so important, especially for women, to have strong friendships. And my friends have really warmed up to her. But staying zeroed in on the topic, I don't want to close myself off from making friends. I really, when I'm noticing that I'm just too set in my ways with my people that I'm trying so desperately to like connect and reconnect with, I do feel that I want to have an open space for new friendships. And so maybe it'll happen at some point out.
Right. Well, for me, I think it's important. I mean, I feel like the kind of person who I travel through life solo. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay with being by myself. I entertain myself. I don't, I never get lonely, but I do depend on my friends for certain things. Like if I do feel down, or if I do have a problem, or if I do need something just to bounce some ideas off of someone, I do need friends. And I have two people in my family also that I, do the same thing with. And I would have to say, not only they're my family, but they are my two best friends as well. But I feel like, just like you, I'm open to making new friends. I'm open to that.
Yeah. I hope I could be good friends to those people.
Right. Right. And you hope that you're doing the same for them, right?
I hope I could be good friends to those people because, like, I don't know how good of a friend I'm being to the friends I have already.
Oh, you're talking about the new friends that are possibly you might meet. Gotcha. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said you were talking about hope you can be good friends with the people that you possibly may meet in the future.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you? Yeah. Why would you say not?
Why would I say what?
Why would you say not? Why would you say that you hope you wouldn't be good friends? Or be a good friend?
I don't know if new friends from here on out would be second fiddle to like the friends I put on such a high pedestal from like all of the other times in my life. And I mean, honestly, like a part of me does want to close it down because again, like, I still have not made the reconnect with so many important people.
What's stopping you?
From
What's stopping you?
Well, I mean,
so what's stopping you?
I feel like new friends might play second fiddle to all these other amazing friends that I've always.
So what? So what? So what?
No, but I don't want to.
The new person may offer you something that takes you to a whole new level in life. And I don't mean like comparison, this friend is better than that friend, but I mean opening you up to something that takes you on a whole different journey of where you're destined to go.
I'm sorry for that
like
reaction.
Being open to possibility.
I know, but
you don't know.
I just feel like I have not restored all of the connections that have been lost or discombobulated from the last 2.5 years. And I feel like I have all of this like restoration work to do with all of these super awesome
But you
folks.
don't, because if you really felt that way, you would have done it already. You would have already made.
No, I've been trying. I have barriers.
Yes.
I've had location and job and construct changes, and so have those people, and we're working on it.
Hello?
No, we're on the phone. Yes, like people are on the phone, on the interwebs, on the text messages, on the FaceTime thing. That's cool. But I know that I'm not going to have the arc of my years that I once had in my 20s and my 30s with this tribe, with this larger tribe of people. I get that. But some of that arc needs to come back, and it's not back yet. And I don't know if I really want new schmucks. Because, like, how am I going to...
But see,
how am I going to serve them? Like, how am I going to be uplifting? I don't know. I know that I'm being stubborn. I just don't know how it's gonna work. I mean, like, I've known you for forever, and how many times have we we've come together to do this project, and that's giving us QT, and that's awesome.
Right.
And so, like, but look how long this took.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So being open to the possibility of someone else and knowing that whatever happened in the past with any other friend could possibly be restored, why wouldn't I be open to make new friends? Why wouldn't be? Because I never know where the journey with that person and that relationship and that human connection is going to take me.
It's true. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm closed, and I do have an awareness that I do need to keep it open. It seems so daunting, the concept that I would make new friends and that there would actually be room for those new people when there's so little room for all of the other awesome people that I have these incredible shared histories and even languages.
I want to know what you guys think. Write in the chat box if you're on the live chat right now. Let me know what you think. Are you open to making new friends in life, even if you haven't restored old friendship, things that have happened in the past? You know, the way I feel like it's almost like a fleeting moment. You know what I mean? Like these people, and I don't want to. It's not in a negative way, but these people served a part of my life that was in the past. Sure. I'm not here to go and try to restore it. Hopefully I see them. And, you know, if we're on the same wave, if we have the same vibration, we are going to connect again. We'll reconnect. I make an effort. You make an effort. Yeah. Maybe our lives have gone completely different. You know, you can't regain that lost time.
You can't. But
I can be open to making new friends, meeting new people.
I just really don't see how it would happen. But, you know, before my marriage, I was going to close down my dating profile, like really soon after we have a home, and and 12 months before, there was no foreseeable way, like, you know, and just a few years ago, there would be no foreseeable way for me to be thinking about being somebody's like old ass stepdaddy or father. So, and I'm all of those things, and all those things have happened. So I'm not saying that I'm close to it. I'm overwhelmed, I think, by the concept of it. Because there's no room. I mean, there's not even room really for like my family the way that I would want there to be.
Yeah.
Like, there's not room for like a robust like faith experience.
Gotcha.
Like, so where's the room for this new schmuck? For these new people? Like, not to call them schmucks, but like I'm overwhelmed by that, and probably like sad too, for sure. What are
your expectations if you have a friend? What do you expect from friends?
What I said earlier, what was that? Reciprocity, respect, boundaries, chemistry, but that can be in micro or in, you know, a huge dynamic way. I don't have it doesn't have to be prescriptive.
I had something happen to me the other day, and it kind of caught me off guard, and I really actually didn't know how to respond to it. I was talking to someone about friends and friendships, and I was saying, oh yeah, you know, my friend does this in the business and that in the business. And they said, friend? Oh, well, did they introduce you, or did they say your name to help you out? You know, start your business and get in front of, and I said, wow, I never even thought about that. I mean, I guess the possibility is there, but it's never even been a thought in my mind. And I'm sure not a thought in their mind, not in a negative way. But it just made me reconsider a few things. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let my hair back down on this one.
Right?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it up and down, up and down. Let me tell you. And I had all of this tricky business about friendship and business, and the difference between friendship, a friend and a colleague, or in many cases of artists, a friend and a fan, or a friend and a supporter. I had to really get in a space in my 20s about getting some peace around if folks were just around for me, not for anything I did or anything I had or anything I had to offer or anything I could produce, or like I had to learn hard and fast that there were people in my life who could say my name in certain spaces, but didn't feel led to. And that doesn't take away from the love and appreciation and the reciprocity and chemistry that we have. Like, some people are just nuts about you and not about your art, not about your music, not about your business, not about your gardening. Not about your like modeling career, not about they're not here for that, and that doesn't mean they're not here for you.
Right. But the question is like I said, would you expect your friend to be championing your career to help you if they were in a position to do it? My experience in my 20s in New York City, and being around a lot of folks who were building some influence and affluence and all the fluences. I had to strike
those expectations unless the relationship was explicitly in the zone of my artistic pursuits or my professional pursuits. Like my relationship with you is an example of one such relationship where it has an indelible connection to artistic pursuits.
Yeah.
Right. So we are in conversation about how we can support each other in that.
Right.
But there are other friends of mine who are artists who are not, they're not here for my voice when I was acting. They were not here for my acting. They're not here for me, being on a podcast. They're just not, it's not, that part of me is not for them.
Right.
And it's a hard thing to come to terms with because the dominant narrative is, if you're my friend, if you're my family, then you are supporting everything I do 100%. And there are people that will slice your face about Stephen Antony Beasley who don't, as far as anything I do, they're just not, it's just not, it doesn't move them.
Doesn't move them? Yeah.
And it's always been like that for me.
Yeah,
but I think it's tough. It's tough though. I think that my shorter answer is that I do think that everybody should take those expectations down a notch. I'm not saying to take all expectations away, because there are moments where, your friends should be able to ride with you if they're in a space, ride for you if they're in a space that could progress you, that could progress like your journey,
right?
As something.
Right. I have a couple of things to say. You're right on with that. You and I, in the relationship that we've had and how we're supporting each other through the arts, and I think it's a cycle. We're going to keep doing that. So that's a friendship that I cherish.
That's a component of our friendship. Yeah.
Right. So the other thing I have to say is too, when I started, two things. One, when I started building OneMicNite, I had to move from a small venue to a larger venue. And one person that I considered my best friend at the time, I said, listen, I need your help. I'm moving to a nightclub. I just need you to come there for a couple of hours to watch the door. I don't know how I'm going to maneuver this whole thing because I'm doing this operation by myself. And the person told me that they couldn't do it. I can't do it. I was devastated. So for a while, I had to chop that person off the block. And then I had to come back and realize that, just like you said, not everybody is going to be a supporter of what you do. I can't expect everybody, because I had OneMicNite going for 14 years every week. I can't expect all my friends to come every week for 14 years. And they were nice when I had maybe 5 people there. They were nice when I had 1,500 people there. And you can't expect everybody to be riding for you every single time you do a joint, do a gig.
Yep.
So those people, it's not that they're not your friends. They got other SHIT to do.
They got their own shit.
Then the other thing I wanted to say is I do have a friend who is an actor. She's an actress. And we started out in the business, and we made a pact with each other that every time we get in a circle of actors, she always played my TV wife in every commercial and every print job. So we always bring up each other's name. Her name is Patty McCree.
That's what's up.
Incredible actress.
Yeah.
So we made that pact to each other. So that's ride or die too. So that goes back to what we were saying.
Yeah. And I think that it's just based on understanding. Like I have one of those best friends that I was mentioning, the ones that are left, the ones that haven't left me. One of those friends is the person where if it is about a career opportunity in the public health realm of my work, they are editing proposals, and if there's an interview, doing like an interview, mock interview, like they are there at the drop of a hat for that. Like they are there for that. Yeah. The other stuff, They're not.
They're not.
That's not their bag with me. That's not our relationship. And then there's another person in my life, like your friend, who's there for, for when I was doing the acting thing. That was like the self-tape. Yes, like we are up in here for 6 hours until we get this self-tape right, and until you're memorized for the callback. Yes,
Yeah.
I think what is the chemistry?
What is the chemistry?
What can we reciprocally build? And maybe I can add to another thing about what friendship is the acknowledgement of your bandwidth and the other person's bandwidth for that relationship. Bandwidth is incredibly important.
Definitely.
Like to consider someone else's one of those best friends, the ones who are left that haven't left me. One of them jokers has 3 children.
Right.
They grown.
Right. Yeah.
So they was always my best friend, but perhaps I always gave them either I didn't come to them with all the foolishness, or when the phone started doing voice text, I would send a voice text and be like, hey, yo, you can, but this is later for you on this. Ain't no emergencies, listen to at your leisure, kind of thing.
Right.
Because they had 3 whole humans that they were responsible for. They had 3 whole humans. Even though, I was the one in the, wafting around my brownstone apartment in calf cans, sipping on, Earl Grey tea, contemplating my life and having anxiety attacks.
Earl Grey tea, a little bit of milk, a little sugar. I know.
Honey. That's what I was doing.
Honey.
And then going out to OneMicNite after that.
That's right.
But
get your sing on.
Right. That's where I was, but where she was 3 whole humans, elementary, middle, and high school.
Right.
And she had a certain amount of bandwidth for all of the et ceteras I was going through. So yeah. Consider the bandwidth of yourself and of the other person. That's good friendship. That's good friendship.
Absolutely. Well, I think this is all very interesting, and we want to know what you guys think about it too. So please make sure you drop down, like the episode, share the episode, and definitely leave a comment. Please follow the show at OneMicNite. OneMicNite is spelled ONEMICNITE. You can follow me on all social media at Marcos Luis, MarcosLuis. How can they find you?
You can find me at StephanAntonyBeasley.com. Also on Facebook and Instagram, Stephan Antony Beasley, and also that Stephan Antony Beasley on Instagram. You can also stream all of my music on all major music platforms: Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, YouTube Music, which I think that's Google Music now. Just get at me, engage with me, listen to my stuff. I kind of have a charcuterie board of all of my music that you can kind of just pick. It's all there. It's released. We're not doing any, I'm going to release this thing on Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. No, it's all there. See if you like it. Tell me how it tastes.
That's right. You watch the music too. Some of the performances, live performances.
I do.
OneMicNite. Make sure you watch those, everybody. And and also on your channel. And also, you can listen to the full interview with Stephan Antony Beasley on season 1, episode 5 of OneMicNite Talk podcast.
Yeah.
Find out what he's talking about. We chop it up quite a bit. Thank you guys all for joining us for OneMicNite Talk. Use the hashtag OneMicNite Talk. We'll see you next time.
Bye guys. Peace.